Hey, what's up guys, it's Matt, welcome back. So today I am going to be opening up this really big parcel and I'm super excited because it is my first ever comic books which I have sent off myself personally to CGC to get graded. For those people who don't know, you've probably seen them maybe once or twice before, but if you send a comic off to get graded, it gets put into one of these slabs here and it gets given a grade on various things to how white the pages are and kind of the general quality of the comic and stuff like that. So I've got a couple already. This is a Amazing Spider-Man signed by Stan Lee. And then I also have this Ultimate Fallout 4, which is the first appearance of Miles Morales as Spider-Man. So if you've got a kind of big comic book collection, it's definitely worth kind of having a little rummage through, because I kind of didn't realise I was sitting on a few nuggets there which are potentially worth some money, but they're worth a lot more money if they're graded and get a decent grade. So I got a few of them together and sent them off to the CGC, and here they are back. So let's open it up and have a look. Don't you just love cutting into boxes? It's always great fun. So I guess I should probably just kind of start off by saying that the comics I sent off aren't like hugely valuable, but considering they were all bought for like £3 or £4 at the time, they're now probably some of them kind of worth up to like £100, possibly more. But for the most part, they're kind of like more like sentimental value to myself as a collector. But yeah, oh my god, here we go. Ah! That's so much padding. Okay, cool, so here we go. So we can kind of see them all, so let's get them out. Woo! So first one we got is Batman 89, which is the, arguably it's between two comics. For the first appearance of Punchline in Batman. It's between this and Heroism 3. So a 9.8 for that is pretty good. Pretty good. I mean, that's like absolutely freaking amazing. Woo! Next up we have Original Sin number 4. That is a 9.6. This is the first appearance of Cindy Moon from Spider-Man becoming Silk. So kind of nice little collector's item in terms of kind of like Spider Family and Spider-Verse characters. Next up we have Ms. Marvel number 1 at 9.8. Ms. Marvel is getting her own TV show on Disney Plus. So although this isn't the first appearance of her, this is just like her first solo comic. But again, it's one that's definitely going to kind of go up in value over time, I would assume. I don't actually know. And then here we have Edge of Spider-Verse number 2, which is the first appearance of Spider-Gwen. So obviously following on from the animated Spider-Verse movie, kind of Spider-Gwen is now a hugely popular character. And again, there's rumours going around at the moment that Emma Stone is going to be playing her in the upcoming Spider-Man 3 in the MCU. 9.4, I kind of thought it would get a bit higher than that, but 9.4 is still pretty damn good. Okay, going on to the other side. We have Ultimate Comics Spider-Man number 1. So yeah, this is the first Ultimate comic that Marvel did in the Ultimate series. I got it a special Spider-Man label as well because it's Spider-Man. So yeah, this one isn't really particularly worth much, but like sentimental value to me. I just absolutely love it. It's one of the Ultimate Spider-Man's like one of the best kind of Spider-Man series in my opinion. So to have the first one is pretty cool. Then next up we have Avenging Spider-Man number 9. So this was actually the first appearance of Carol Danvers as Captain Marvel. Previously she was Ms. Marvel. This is one again that I didn't really know I had. I was just kind of chucking some comics up on eBay to sell, and then all of a sudden I was like, hang on, like why does that seem to be going for so much money? And then like, oh god, it's actually like worth something. So yeah, really happy with that one. Cool one. Next up, we have DC's New 52 Batman number 3. So this is kind of the first time you see the Talon from the Court of Owls. Court of Owls is probably one of my all-time favourite Batman stories, hence why I've got the Court of Owls tattoo. So yeah, just one that I really wanted to send off and get graded because it's super cool. And then finally, the main one, the main reason why I did this. Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo's Batman number 1 at a 9.8. This is the first like proper comic I ever really read, like properly. I absolutely freaking love Batman. It's the start of probably one of the greatest Batman runs in terms of the stories and the creative team of Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo. So really, 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 really happy to have the first print of this in a 9.8. It's beautiful. Beautiful. So that is it for my first CGC submission. I think it went really well. I kind of had it stuck in my head that the process was going to be a lot more complicated than it actually is. You have to pay for a subscription to be a member of CGC, and doing it here from the UK, you actually do it through a company called NGC. But if you just Google CGC UK, you'll find it. You pretty much send your comics to them, and then they ship them over to CGC in America, where they get graded and all that, and then sent back. Throughout the process, you're kept pretty up to date as to whereabouts your comics are. Once they've actually been officially graded, you can see all the grades online to see what they've got. I did also use the CCS pressing service. So what you can do is get your comics pressed before you get them graded, which obviously gives them a chance of getting a higher grade. I've seen stories online where someone might have like a 9.6, they crack open the slab, they get it pressed and regraded, and then it goes up to a 9.8. So getting them pressed does make a big difference, but it does bring up the cost kind of considerably. So all in all, I only sent off 8 comics. I got one of them with the custom Spider-Man label, and that came to a shocking grand total of £300. That being said though, some of the comics are now worth a considerable amount more. For example, this Batman #1 here behind me at 9.8 kind of goes from anywhere to sort of £150 to over £200. Obviously the prices kind of fluctuate. So all in all, as long as you're kind of smart about it, do your research and send off appropriate comics, the process isn't actually all that expensive, and if you are looking to kind of sell them on and look at them as kind of investment, you can make your money back on them. At the end of the day though, it's not all about the money, you know. Obviously just send off whatever comics you love. You know, if you think it's got a cool cover and you want to keep it in good condition, send it off, get it graded. Why the hell not? I am going to kind of look into sort of figuring out how I can get these things like wall mounted at some point and kind of have a few of them up. As I say, the process is straightforward though. There's loads of companies who you can kind of do it through, who obviously then charge a bit extra for them kind of doing the hassle, but it's actually really, really simple. There's plenty of videos out there on how to do it. If anyone's actually interested, I could do a video myself sort of explaining the process, because I have got a few more comics lined up which I do want to send off. But until next time guys, that is everything. If you've enjoyed the video, do give it a thumbs up, do subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon.